Well, after the last shooting session with this old gal, I'm just compelled to replace that front sight and see what I can do to make her dance a little better than what she did. Having edited that previous video, I could certainly see that it just kept shooting further and further to the right and higher. So I'm going to go ahead and replace that front blade. I make a taller front blade, and I think what I might do is go with just a little bit thinner piece of brass and JB weld that brass in all the way to the right side of the barrel, which should force me to move it, the point or the barrel, move it to the left. And I'm going to open up the V-notch on the left side of the hammer, which should help line everything up a little more true to point of aim. But until I get in and get all of that done, at this point we'll just have to endure what's going on. I'm not going to record any of this. There's plenty of other guys, other channels showing how to knock out the front sight. And like my 1860 Army and Friday's Nightmare, I've already done the same thing with those two revolvers. If you just scroll back on the channel, you'll probably see that. So I'm going to get to work. It's going to be a beautiful day today. I have plenty of sunshine to work with. And one thing that I should mention before I forget, I've already gone ahead and put another crown, or at least reworked the crown in the front of the barrel. When I was cleaning the gun the other day and looking at it real close, it looked like, I could be mistaken, but it looked like there was just a little bit of a nick in the crown, and that could have helped make this gun shoot as wild as it did. So I've already done that. I've recut the crown. Same thing, go back on the channel and you'll see I just use a carriage bolt with some graphite in my drill, and I just rework that crown. And looking at it in the sun, that little, what I perceived to be a nick, is actually gone. But even if it is gone, and if that was part of the problem, obviously another part of the problem is the fact that it shoots real high. So putting a taller front sight on this thing will help correct that. So I'm going to go ahead and get to work, and when I get everything done, I'll meet you out at the shooting range, and we'll see if my adjustments can make her dance a little bit better than what she did the last time around. Once again, top of the morning to you. Kind of give you guys a little bit of an idea what I did to hopefully make this revolver print a little bit more closer to the point of aim. The front sight has been replaced. It's 35 thousandths of an inch thinner than the factory as it sets in the channel. And I did push it all the way over to the right side of the gun, which should help bring the gun, the barrel, this way a little bit. And I also opened up the rear sight. I deepened the V-notch a little bit, but I only opened up what would have been, looking at the revolver downrange through the sights, just the left side of the V-notch, which should also help bring the point of aim to the left. 20 grains of 3F GoX, 380 round ball, and number 10 percussion caps. I will tell you, if you go back to the previous video where I had thought that somebody had reamed the front of the cylinder out just a little bit to fit to swage a 380 round ball, that is absolutely true, because as I load these, I'm not cutting any ring at all, and I'm actually watching the round ball swage into the barrel. Once again, felt wad, pre-lubed, but I actually view these more as a gas check. But in this instance, I would also concede that this would help any chain firing should it occur. So I have a target set up that's pretty large in size, and I'm just gonna start shooting 3 rounds. I'm going to go up and mark where they hit, if I can find them. And then I'm going to fire the next 3 rounds. And in between the 3 rounds, I'm going to be working on the front sight, just to get that point of impact of where that circle is. So, let's see if she can dance a little better than she did in the last video. Okay, before I go up and see where those round ball impacted and determine whether I have to file some off the front sight, I would just like to note that one of my percussion caps fell off. I don't know when it happened, but it actually was in between 2 live rounds, and that did not cause a chain fire. Just going to make that note, just something to wonder or be curious about. So I'm going to go up and see where those printed. Okay, I think you friends can see from yourself, those round ball were pulled a little more to the left. What I'm going to do now is just shoot the next 3, and how I'm aiming the revolver is I'm actually lining the top of the new sight with the top of the rear sight, and I'm just keeping the front sight in the middle of the V-notch. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot the next 3 rounds, see where they print, and then decide if I'm going to really do any adjusting at all. I'm at 16 yards right now, so I don't know if I'm really going to do anything with the front sight, because if I do anything right now with the front sight, it's just going to raise the point of impact. What should be done, if the rest of the shots stay consistent right there, should lower the V-notch in the revolver. But I'm going to let it stand for right now. So I'm going to get these next 3 rounds shot off, see where they impact, and then kind of decide where I want to go from there. Let's have a look-see, shall we? Looks like they're just about in the same spot. I'm going to go take a pen and mark them and reload and shoot again. If things seems to be a little funky from the previous recording till now, I just noticed that the shutter was hanging up just a little bit. Don't know until I get into the editing program if that's gonna have any effect on anything or not. I'll find out then. But just to let you friends know, what I'm doing is in between cylinders, I'm actually taking the barrel off and I'm cleaning it and putting a fresh swipe of lube down the barrel. I'm not putting any lube in the forcing cone. There again, typically, if someone's going to purchase this, they're not going to do that anyhow. And just to correct something, at this point, thinking about what I had said earlier, I don't think the V-notch needs to be cut any deeper. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to put the top of the front sight as best as I can halfway down into the V-notch, which should lower the point of impact, and I'm going to favor the left side of the V itself, which should bring the point of impact over. So let's see what the first 3 are going to do. Like last time, I'll shoot the 3, see where they're printing, and then shoot the other 3. Well, you guys saw what it did. I'm going to go and mark them, and I'm going to favor the left side of the V-notch even more and see where they print. Because what I'm thinking about doing is filing off the left side of the front sight. And there again, I don't know if that's going to hinder or do anything better, but I'm going to try to favor more of that left side of the notch that I've already cut, and we'll see where it's going to print. I think most of you guys will also agree that's not all that bad for a gun that was manufactured in 1978, and it looks to me like this old gal with that new front sight and that rear sight opened up, she's beginning to dance mighty good. But it looks like she's still favoring that right side of the target still. I'm going to go up and mark them, clean the barrel, reload. Maybe I'm going to go ahead and just file the top sight, file the top of that front sight just a little bit and see if I can't bring it over just a hair. Stay tuned. Alrighty, worked on the front sight. Don't really think I filed enough off to make all that much of a difference, but I won't know until I actually shoot the gun. I'm going to go ahead and readjust the camera, get it up to the sight so you guys can see the point of impact. And quite honestly, you'll see before I will whether I've made any real changes or not. Stay tuned. Well, as you guys can tell, I decided to go ahead and shoot all 6. That's what you call a New Mexico brain fart. Let me go up and mark them and see if I really want to do any more adjusting, because all in all, guys, that's not that bad. It's a heck of a lot better than it was the first time. And also, I'm shooting off of a makeshift rest. Shooting offhand might just change that point of impact. So let me go up and mark them and see if I want to do anything further from here or not. Alright, I went ahead and filed the front sight, the top of it, a little bit more. Let's hope I didn't overcompensate. And if I can remember, I'll shoot 3 and then see where they impact. Just to let you know, that time I went ahead and put the top of the sight even with the top of the hammer. And as you can see, I shot high, but it did bring it over a little bit. I'm going to go mark those and try it again. Well, as you guys can tell, and I won't know for sure until I get it into the editing program, it looked like that first round ball hit the bullseye. And I'm going to tell you right now, I thought I pulled that first shot. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot these last 6. Going to adjust the camera to get a long view, and we'll do a close-up and then I think I'm actually going to call it good. All right, let's go see what she did. Well, I would almost dare say I'm going to leave it alone. There again, whoever purchases it off my trade blanket, they're going to have to get used to how the gun shoots itself. But it was definitely a far cry from my last shooting session with it. So friends, thanks for watching, and keep your powder dry. May your aim be straight and your sensibility even straighter. Bye.